Welcome to a slow, beginner-friendly lesson on what third-party libraries are in Python, made for absolute beginners. Big picture, no install. Today we step back and talk about a second kind of library. The standard library ships with Python, Math, OS, JSON, and friends. Third-party libraries are written by other people, and you install them yourself. We keep it gentle today, just the idea. No actual installation yet, that comes later when you learn UV projects. The goal is to hear the word third party and know exactly what it means. Just the idea. You have used the standard library, Math, OS, and friends. Those ship with Python. Nothing to install. Today we meet the other kind, third-party libraries. These are written by people all over the world and shared freely. You choose the ones you need, install them, and import them in your code. The import word is the same, only the source differs. Same import, different source. Two shelves. One ships with Python, one you fill yourself. Today we meet the second shelf. Two shelves, one filled. Here is the split. Standard library modules ship with Python, you get them the moment you install Python. Math, OS, JSON, datetime, random, all standard. Third-party libraries do not ship with Python. Someone wrote them and shared them. You install them yourself. But once installed, you import them exactly the same way. The import word does not care where the module came from. Source differs, usage identical. Third-party Python libraries live in a place called the Python Package Index, PyPy for short. Think of it as a giant store. Anyone can upload a library, anyone can install one. There are hundreds of thousands of libraries on PyPy. You browse, read what each one does, and install the ones you need. Everything on PyPy is free. Some libraries are maintained by large teams, others by one person on a weekend. A giant free store. There is a store full of free code other people wrote. You browse, you pick, you install. Browse and pick. Here are 4 famous third-party libraries. Requests lets your code talk to websites, download a page, call an API. Boto 3 lets Python talk to Amazon Web Services, list files, run functions in the cloud. Click helps you build command line tools with clean arguments. Pillow lets you work with images. You will meet these later in your journey. For now, just hear the names and know they are third-party, not in the standard library. Names you will meet. Here is the difference in code. Import Math, standard library, already there. Import Requests, third-party, you had to install it first. But look, the import word is identical. You write the same line. Python does not treat them differently. You install once, after that, the import line is the same as for Math. The source is different, the usage is identical. Same word, once installed. How do you install a third-party library? 2 common ways. Pip install requests, the traditional tool. Or UV add requests, the modern way you will learn later. Both reach out to PyPy, download the library, and place it where Python can find it. You do this once per project. We do not install anything in this lesson. That comes in a later phase when you learn UV projects. For now, hold the idea. Idea only, for now. Third-party code is a gift from strangers. Use it with gratitude and a little care. Use with care. Ask a practical question when you start a project. Does the standard library already have what I need? If yes, use it, nothing to install. If no, search PyPy for a third-party library that fits. Beginners often reach for third-party too quickly, when the standard library already has the tool. Check the standard library first. When it does not have what you need, third-party is there. Standard first. When do you actually need third-party? When the standard library does not have what you need. If you want to talk to a website, requests is much friendlier than the standard library option. If you work with Amazon Web Services, Boto 3 is the official tool. If you analyze data, Pandas is the standard choice. You do not install third-party for fun, you install it when it solves a real problem you have. Real reasons, not fashion. In a real project, you list your third-party libraries in a file called pyproject.toml. You do not need to understand this file yet. You will learn it in a later phase. For now, just see that dependencies is a list of library names. When someone else gets your project, they install everything in that list with one command. The file is the receipt of what your project needs. A receipt of needs. The Python ecosystem is one of its greatest strengths. Millions of tools, free to use. Python's strength. Third-party code is a gift, but use it with care. Stick to well-known libraries first, the ones many people use and trust. Read the short documentation before you install, so you know what you are adding. Keep your project's dependency list small, every library is one more thing that could break or change. Update occasionally, not daily. Libraries get bug fixes and new versions, you want those eventually, but chasing every update wastes time. Care and gratitude. Each third-party library has a version number. New versions fix bugs and add features. Usually that is good. But sometimes a new version changes how something works, and your old code breaks. That is why projects often pin a specific version. They say, I want requests version 2.31, not whatever is newest. Pinning keeps your project stable. You will learn how to pin versions when you learn UV projects. Pin for stability. The Python ecosystem is one of the language's greatest strengths. There are hundreds of thousands of free libraries on PyPy, shared by the community. Whatever problem you have, web, science, data, cloud, games, images, someone probably wrote a library for it. You will not use all of them. You will use a handful that fit your work. That is normal and healthy. The ecosystem is there when you need it. There when you need it. Next we meet objects, values that can do things. Still gentle, still one idea at a time. Port objects, quick self-check. Can you explain the difference between the standard library and third-party libraries? Can you say what PyPy is? Can you confirm that both kinds use the same import word? Can you name one famous third-party library? If any feels shaky, rewatch the matching part. The goal is the big picture, not hands-on installation. Big picture check. The standard library ships with Python. Third-party libraries come from the Python package index. You install them once, after that, the import word is the same. Use third-party when the standard library lacks the tool you need. That is the whole idea. Everything else, installation, versioning, PyProject, comes in a later phase when you learn UV projects. 4 lines. Next we change direction. We meet objects, the idea that every value in Python can have things attached to it. Objects know things, called attributes, and they can do things, called methods. We keep it gentle, no classes, no object-oriented programming theory. Just the practical idea that a value can carry its own tools. Same slow pace. Objects, gently. If you want to reflect, import math from the standard library and print Py. That works without any install. Then imagine importing requests, that would require installing it first. You do not need to install requests in this lesson. Just notice the shape, same import word, different source. When you understand that distinction, the lesson landed. 2 imports, 1 idea. Thanks for learning about third-party libraries. See you in the next lesson on objects. Idea received.